Okay. Yes, I'm wearing my old man glasses today. No, I always wear these. This is my eyeglass lanyard, I guess. That's what they call them. I don't know. Librarian movies is what I call them. They keep them out of poop, and that is something you do need to be aware of. Anyway, this is a video about asking for help. Don't be shy to ask for help. Now, it's a quick litmus test of how good your unit, facility, organization, co-workers are. If they're not willing to help, now that's different than they cannot help because they're busy too. They just, like, I had a friend who worked at a competing facility. Now, again, this is from her point of view. This is her story. Mini story. And she was saying that, she'd asked the charge for help on the unit, and the charge flat out refused her, saying she should know. Now, whether or not she should know, you should still teach them. And then the charge should have logged it, or the educator should have logged it, say, wait a minute, we hired someone who was ICU capable. I'm using an example. I'm going off the rails a little bit. And if they're not, you got to report that. That's something that's happening recently. That came up in a couple vlogs and stories and other YouTubers and people I follow, that people are taking travel jobs now, getting paid or trying to get paid a lot of money, saying they're ICU nurses because that's the high demand now. That and respiratory therapists. For COVID reasons, obviously. And they're not ICU nurses. And that's dangerous. It's dangerous to yourself, dangerous to your patients. And I hope they, revoke those contracts and find those people and whatnot and get them under review, because you cannot accept assignments that you're not qualified for. You really shouldn't. You shouldn't. Sometimes you're thrust into the position, like I've been thrust into COVID land a number of times, just because I'm drafted. That's just the way it is. I'm just, hey, look, you got to go, you got to serve. It's fine, got no problem. But I tell the charges, I'm not comfortable doing this. I'll do that. I'll do this if you want me to do. I got no problem doing that stuff. I'll take the neuro patients, no problem, because everybody's scared of that. When I'm off unit, people are like, oh, and I'm like, oh, it's another typical patient for me. And they're like, yeah, I'll trade you 3 of these for that one, no problem. You could go, no problem. As long as you take this one guy off my hands. I was like, no, it's okay. 1 for 1, it's okay. But I tell them I'm not qualified for certain things. I'm an ICU nurse. I can't do certain things. I'm not a oncology nurse. I can't give oncology meds. I'm not qualified for that. In our facility, you have to be qualified. You got to be certified for certain things, and because some of those meds are very nasty. And the professor spilled some, and he's qualified, but was he qualified at the time? I don't remember. But he spilled it on his glove hand, and he was like, "Oh crap." Took off his glove, washed it like 3 times. He told me that wound on his hand through the glove would not heal for 2 years. Literally for 2 years. Imagine what it's doing to your insides. It was a chemo drug. So you had to be qualified for some of this stuff. So going back to the point of the story, ask for help, right? And if they don't give you help, right away, you better get the heck out of Dodge. That's not the unit for you. Those aren't the co-workers for you. That's not the organization for you, because they should be supportive. They should be helpful, because letting you dangle means letting your patients dangle. Patient safety. Okay, so it's a quick little tip to don't be shy to ask for help. And it's natural that some people want to do it all, myself included. But I've learned through life, this usually goes back to life lessons, because that's the well of information I have more than most nurses. I don't have nursing experience but I have life experience. I've learned to ask for help and accept help and what have you. If I needed it, or whatever. If I didn't need it and whatever, I was like, I got it. I can control. Maybe it appears that I'm a little frazzled. I was like, I'm done. Usually that's, people are like, I'm usually the one done first. And I was like, okay, all finished. It's not because my slate of patients is easier. Sometimes it's usually, in my opinion, I look at it, it's a little more acute. But it is what it is. But you don't be shy to ask for help. Offer it also. It's reciprocity. But I do find some people are a little resistant. I had kind of like dual charges. The charge last night, great person. I love both of them. And the pseudo charge, because she's charged tonight, my friend. Both of them were very independent last night, and they kind of needed help a couple times. Each of them had like a rough patient here and there. And I did too. I had 2 rough patients. They each had like one, but they kind of refused help. I offered, and then one time they accepted, and it was good because the patient turned out to be very combative, physically assaulting or attempted assault. Actually, it is assault, just not assault and battery, but assaulted a number of us last night, and it was good that we were able to have more hands on deck to help. And Zyprexa I am, although Zyprexa I find is like a 50-50 scenario, in my opinion. Haldol it's more effective, but it's got more side effects, obviously, but whatever. So I get to take it, whatever. Whatever. I'm not a fan of Zyprexa. I mean, I'll take it over melatonin, so... But anyway, the point of the story is don't be shy to ask for help. The charge kind of was a little reluctant. I don't know why to ask her. I guess it's, she wanted to be the leader and show that. And I'm like, don't be shy. They were very offering of help to me, and I accepted it. Maybe they were like, hey, you accepted it a couple times. I don't need help. I don't know if that's the case. But put your ego to the side and accept help. Don't be shy on that. It's good for you. It's good for your patients. Okay? Good luck.